Elite or delete? How good is your fantasy football team? Let someone who advanced 7.8% of their best ball teams in 2024 tell you why you suck.
It's Short King Summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense looks constipated. It's Short King Summer.
All right, GM, everyone, how are we doing on this fine day? Before we get into Elite or Delete, need to let you guys know that we are being presented by Fast Draft today. It is mobile application only, full PPR, marathon scoring, so weeks 1 to week 17 total points. They just launched a new best ball tournament last night, $10,000 first place. Limited number of entrants. The drafts take about 20 minutes. I will be in those streets. Hope to see you guys in those streets as well. Greatest way that you at home can support this channel continuing to exist is supporting our sponsors. Basically, if the sponsors don't get supported, then the channel is going to go away. Very simple. If you're not making yourself money, you got to be making someone money. That's the way she goes. Maybe someday I'll start a business. Maybe someday I will have something legitimate to sell you guys. But as of right now, Fast Draft is one of our sponsors, so thank you to them for continuing us to allow to do this. What jersey is that you are rocking? This, my friend, is a Gareth Bale LAFC jersey. My favorite soccer player of all time. Absolutely love him. Let me get the Discord pulled up. God, we got a lot of teams. So here's the deal, fellas, with this today. We have a frick load of teams in here. And, I mean, we should have plenty of time, but I'm doing a big dog with Justin Herzig at 3 p.m., so we got to be done. We got to be done by then. I'm going to try and find... Does anyone remember where we start? I think... All right, I gotta make the screen a little bit bigger. Stop sharing screen, share screen, window, bang. All right. Does anyone remember where we started in this? Top down. A big dog with the big dog. GM, John. We might review teams. Weekly point. Yes, we should. Okay. Which one of you guys did I appoint the manager of this channel? I now forget. Wow. Mark Wolf coming in. I'm not going to do just today and yesterday. Definitely not just doing that. Because people spend their hard-earned money to become a member to my channel. One thing Davis Maddock respects is being a hard-earned money spender. C Money is a mod. I don't think I made him. I don't think I told him he was in charge of this. Gotta keep it light. Saturday the 19th. I think you're right. So we're going to begin on Saturday the 19th. Sports poker guy figured out how to do a screenshot. Yes, it should be 7:19. Yes, true. We do need shitters. Okay. Let's go. And if I missed anyone, that's the way she goes. And we'll figure it out if I missed anyone. Let me pull up the YouTube description so that I can do timestamps in case I need to. If there's a big team we need to alert. I started one below yours. Yes, dude, Cody, that one was crazy. T at 40 in the eliminator. Please direct all questions about submitting teams, linking your Discord. Please do all of that to Mr. C Money. I think hopefully we're able to tell who the shitters are. All right. Team review begins. Let's freaking go, man. Oh, yes, I started with a crazy one. This is in the Badge Bros Brawl. So if you have not done this yet, the Badge Bros Brawl, here, maybe I can show you the board here. These are 6-man drafts. So these are 6-man drafts, but with the same amount of rounds and the same amount of starting lineups as a Best Ball Mania. All right. Let's do it. Almost Microchip has got in the Badge Bros Brawl Mahomes, Goff, and Lawrence. Probably didn't need Lawrence or Goff on this team. JT, Breece Hall, Ken Walker, DeAndre Swift, Aaron Jones. I think you need to scroll further. My opinion is that you just drafted basically all 100% owned guys at running backs. I'd encourage you for Aaron Jones to be a further scroll. Justin Jefferson, St. Brown with Goff, Puka, Tyreek Hill, T. Higgins, Rashee Rice with Mahomes, Travis Hunter, Chris Olave, Mark Andrews, and David Njoku. So really, the only issue here is that I would just tell you guys, if you're doing these Badge Bros Brawls, you need to be doing more guys who are less owned. There is no ADP. Badge Bros Brawl, ADP absolutely does not matter. You completely throw it out. You're just taking guys in whatever order you want them in the Badge Bros Brawl. They are 6-man drafts. Puppy 2 from Dowens. His underdog name is Led89. He's got Fields and Bryce. Last one, almost Microchip. That's a delete. You didn't scroll enough. Too many comments. Too many. I actually don't think it's an insane contest to ask for a review because I think the strategy is a little bit less clear. All right. Fields and Bryce Young, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor, Quinshon Judkins at 117, Najee Harris at 141, Rico Dowdle, Miles Sanders, Wilson with Fields, Tet with Bryce, Pickens, Olave, Debo, Reed, Tillman, Kraft, Schultz, Theo Johnson. Non-derogatory. This just is not. I actually hate scooping the double dip on Judkins and Harris. I think you're so likely to not get the production that you want. And Najee is kind of actually an extra bad pick with Gibbs and JT because you're not going to get early season production, and you're also not going to get weeks 15, 16, and 17 production. So I'm giving you a delete, brother. All right, we got one from Remy. This is a DraftKings team. Fields and Prescott. This is from the Overflow Room from last week. Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, Isaiah Pacheco, Jaden Blue, Tyler Algier, Marshawn Lloyd, and Miles Sanders. I actually like Blue and Sanders together. And I like them with Dak as well. Garrett Wilson, Jamison Williams, George Pickens, Juwan Jennings, Luther Burden, Jalen Rose, freaking Josh Reynolds, Kavonte Turpin, David Njoku, Jake Ferguson, and Brenton Strange. I actually like this. I actually like this. Brett, just add me as a friend on Discord, and I will add you into the Discord manually. Chip, I would love to review your drafters team. I would love it. How do I know Hampton won't get hurt week 14 to free up Najee? I guess I don't. I guess I am not from the future. You never know. It's possible. That's actually elite. I actually really like on DraftKings the super team oversets. I probably wouldn't take it perfect, but I like it what you were getting at directionally. To actually delete these so that the submission process doesn't go insane. Got Dowens here. Sports poker guy, my man. He figured out how to take a screenshot He figured out how to get in the Discord. Bo Nix at 108. Tua Tagovailoa. Aaron Rodgers. Ashton Genty. Kyron Williams. Isaiah Pacheco. Quinshon Judkins at 85. Tough. Will Shipley. Taj Brooks. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Mike Evans. Travis Hunter. Juwan Jennings, Christian Kirk, Dante Thornton, Evan Ingram, Isaiah Likely, and Jonnu Smith. I think this is this might be a shitter. Maybe it's not. I don't know. It's this one is interesting because it's sort of like you got all these horrible prices. You have Judkins with a horrible price. You've got I guess he did get Thornton at 124, but you have got like Likely and Jonnu at these terrible prices. Tough scenes. Tough. He does have. It's funny. It's funny because he ended up with Rodgers and Jonnu despite drafting him, I think, when Jonnu was a Dolphin. But giving that one elite. You definitely can join the Discord using a Twitch sub. All you got to do here, I'll even link it for you. Link Twitch to Discord. This one, I in my experience, the Twitch one actually works even better than the YouTube one. There you go, JJJ. All right, sports poker guy. Sorry, brother, giving you a delete there. Here we go. We have got I have got, who is this? Shit, yeah, the Achievers. We have got a Lamar Jackson, Bryce Young, Jahmyr Gibbs, Travion Henderson. Wow, he went full slap. Shit, yeah, the Achievers loves a good full slap. Gibbs, Henderson, Tootin, Sampson, Giddens. Nice price on Sampson. Giddens, Keaton Mitchell. Tet with Bryce. Zay Flowers with Lamar. Jerry Jeudy. I mean, Jeudy even at 78. Burden, Bateman, Mims, A.D. Mitchell, Brock Bowers, Jatavian Sanders. I mean, obviously, I directionally like this team, Mr. Achievers, but you this is something quite common in these parts, which is you take the slap too far. Like, I see you taking Jeudy here as a way to reel it back in, but then you follow up reeling it back in with Higgins, Burden, Mims, and A.D. Mitchell. You needed one more chaperone here. Oh man, I missed. Wow, I did miss some Membies. Holy shit, I'm too locked in. Joe King. Look at that, brother. Let's go. That's how we do it. All the new Membies. Come on. Let's do it, brothers. Get in that Discord. Submit your team. Let's get her done. You know what? Just for you, Joe King. Just for you.
You might be a slappy.
Well, you might be a slappy if you cite Travion Henderson as a reason to not take the big dog. If you've ever drafted Genty and Hampton as your running back 1 and your running back 2,
you might be a slappy. If you've ever drafted Jalen Warren and Miles Sanders together, you might be a slappy.
If you have even conceived of the thought, the fan and bet, you might be a slappy. And actually, I've got something even better for you guys. I need to remove the screenshot because Zach sent me a special... Zach sent me clips for Elite or Delete that I need to download and put in. He gave me a slappy seal of approval. I haven't even played these yet. So we're about to see these live in real time. We've got Elite and Delete video effects. I probably am not going to play them for everyone because they're going to get really old and annoying. Wow, we got double gifties? Look at that shit, bro. On a Friday morning? Must be payday for Joe King and Mark Wolf. Look at that, bro. Look at that. Wow, Lenars designed Charles's wife's tattoo. How about it, bro? All right, guys, we are literally actually about to watch these together for the very first time. I get paid on the first. There you go. Yeah, gotta use the clip for extreme deletes and extreme elites. All right, here we go. Here is the delete effect.
Delete, 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 delete.
Okay, that's very funny. So we can just play it real quick. Okay, it's a loop. All right, here we go. The slappy seal of approval. Oh my god. Oh my. Okay, I gotta play that again. I mean, that is you're not getting better than that. You're not getting. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh. Zach. I guess I do. We gotta get a slappy seal of approval shirt. We gotta do it. I think the idea for the delete one is just to play it real quick like this.
Delete.
That's the idea. Oh. No, me neither. And I don't ever want to erase it from my memory either, honestly. Oh, goodness gracious, that is funny. All right, where did I leave off at? Oh, I gotta scroll all the way back up. Here we go. Slappy seal of approval. I mean, I'm not giving it an elite, but it was at least very funny. All right. Sanderson does need royalties because it's so freaking funny. All right. This one is from Dowens. We have got Jaden Daniels, Bryce Young, Devin A-Chain, Derrick Henry, Tony Pollard, Tyrone Tracy, DJ Giddens, and Marshawn Lloyd. McLaurin with Daniels, Zay Flowers, Deebo Samuel, Emeka Egbuka, Rashid Shaheed, Christian Kirk, Xavier Leggett, Jake Ferguson, Zach Ertz, and Hunter Henry. It just feels kind of juiceless to me. I guess it's just running back start is very hard to come back from. But Deebo is your wide receiver 3 ahead of ADP. I'm giving it a delete. I think plain not landed. I think your mistake was taking Tracy. Tracy should have been another wide receiver. Tracy should have been like Trey Harris or Jaden Higgins or the best of it, even Michael Pittman Jr. Elite eliminator team from Kevin. I figured this way the number of deletes could be representative of how bad the team could be. Hey, I am not hyper partisan for Rashid Shaheed. I can't be a hyper partisan. I didn't hate it, but you gotta keep it real. All right. Elite eliminator team from Kevin. Let's see how elite this is in fact. Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray, Tua Tagovailoa. Kevin, Mahomes at 73 in the eliminator. I'm not loving it. I'm telling you right now, I don't love it. Christian McCaffrey, Joe Mixon, Sharbs, Sanders, and Giddens. Tyreek, worthy at 48. Deebo, Keon Coleman, Cedric Tillman, Darius Slayton, Tyler Lockett, Trey McBride, Travis Kelce, and Jatavian Sanders. That is a compete, Kevin. I'm not giving you an elite for this one. You should have just passed on Kyler or Mahomes. I think both of them is overkill because you are going to be a little bit behind at running back in most of your eliminator pods. But I've seen worse. All right. we've got a BBM with Jalen Milroe. Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's a bad team. I just structurally I don't love taking Mahomes. I don't love spending that much capital at quarterback. All right, Bo Nix, Justin Herbert, Jalen Milroe, Chase Brown, RJ Harvey, David Montgomery, Zach Charbonnet, Byshell Tootin, and Tyler Algier. It's not the worst running back room I've ever seen. CeeDee, Ladd, Tet, Sutton with Nix, Emeka Egbuka, Pat Bryant, Kyle Pitts, Elijah Royal, and Cole Kmet. Dude, you just slapped a little too close to the sun. Honestly, the only issue here is you slapped a little too close to the sun. Because the running backs, given how good your wide receivers are, like this could have just been a totally normal team. Didn't need to add Milroe. Didn't need to add... I mean, Arroyo, honestly, actually is fine, but what is Cole Kmet doing for this team? I want to like it, and I think you showed good restraint stopping at 6 wide receivers. But I gotta give it a delete. Because frankly, I don't think Milroe is that good in Best Ball Mania. You can get your team reviewed right now, Patrick. All you have to do is link your YouTube account to Discord and put your team in the team review submissions box. Very, very, very simple. Yep. All right. Got to look for balance. Brock Purdy, Justin Herbert, Christian McCaffrey, James Conner, Tony Pollard, Scattaboo, and Najee at 138. Again, you know, what is Mr. Harris doing for this team? Ladd with Herbert, Marv, Ridley, Downs, Kyle Williams, Pat Bryant, Jalen Noel, Dontavian Wicks, George Kittle with Purdy, Mike Gesicki, and Juwan Johnson. So I think when you take Kittle, you only need 2 tight ends. So I wouldn't have done Juwan Johnson on this one. I like the 49ers stuff. No Bears bring back. Downs ahead of ADP. Huge ADP value on Kyle Williams. It definitely doesn't strike me as elite. Pollard at 90 is nice. This is a pretty good team. It's just I just really hate taking Najee. Najee and the 3rd tight end are keeping it in a compete category, but that was a good effort. We got a DK Millie here. Yeah, in general, I mean, I think week 17 bringbacks are probably a smidgen overrated. Don't hate them, but don't think they are that strong. This was from Duke Man 332. Kyler A-Chain Connor with Kyler, Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison with Kyler, Juwan Jennings, George Kittle, Josh Downs, Ricky Pearsall, Purdy. So he's got 2 mega stacks going here with Arizona and San Francisco. Dobbins, Tootin, Guerrendo, Strange, Pierce, Hunt, Michael Wilson, Dalton Schultz, Jackson Dart, De'Ami Brown. That is a very good DraftKings Millionaire Maker team. He's got, I think, the right positional distributions. He took his 3rd quarterback. His tight ends, I think, are fairly strong. I mean, the Dalton Schultz stuff always is popping up. But stacking San Francisco, it's probably my favorite stack in the pool. He's got Neighbors and Dart. That is an elite. Luke Batson on YouTube. Oh, a fellow Kansas State Wildcat. There you go. Give him a little fire emoji. Here we go. This is the DraftKings early bird. Okay. Hey, man, sometimes there's a time and a place for Kareem Hunt and Dalton Schultz. Purdy, Gibbs, Hampton, London, T. Higgins, Jameson Williams, got Loveland with the bringback, Travis Hunter in the 70s, Juwan Jennings with Purdy, Caleb Johnson, Justin Herbert with Hampton, and QJ, Jaden Higgins, Cade Otton, RJ Harvey, Damian Martinez, Jalen Knoll, Will Shipley, Jalen Royals, Theo Johnson. No third quarterback, and I think this team probably could have used one. And unless I missed it, here's my deal with the early stuff. You gotta have the RJ Harvey in the 200s if you're sending. I'm not giving a pre-draft team that doesn't have RJ Harvey in the 8. Oh, he does have him. Okay, never mind. I skipped right over it. I'm an idiot. All right, there's your elite. You got Travis Hunter, you got RJ Harvey, you have a good stack. There's your elite. David Russell. You got it. Ship it. I'm not giving that the gold star. I don't think I can give pre-draft teams the gold star, but it was very good. All right, 2 a.m. Eliminator from... Yes, got pre-draft ones. You got to look for Hunter, Harvey, and Tootin. And if they have Hunter, Harvey, and Tootin, you probably win. Yep, C-Money knows. All right, this was A Word on Sports, an Eliminator. He's got Burrow, Tua, Bucky, Pollard, Stevenson, Dobbins, Bigsby, Jerome Ford, Jamar Chase with Burrow, Tyreek, Rashi at pick 48. I don't hate it. Actually, I quite like it. Juwan Jennings came all the way back to him at the 6-7 turn. Bateman, QJ, A.D. Mitchell, Tucker Kraft, Chigakonkwo, and Juwan Johnson. I like these teams a lot. I don't often take Burrow at 49. I mean, I think I've only done like 15 eliminators, but I tend to try and wait on. Actually, you know what? That's a lie. I took Burrow last night in one. Well, yeah, I mean, we all might be dead by tomorrow. Yeah, I like that eliminator team as well. I think this is good. I think this is how you should draft eliminator teams. I think this is a real positive. So I'm giving that an elite, but not elite enough to be the gold star of the week. App crashed and picked Oh, we got a star method. All right. Did he? Yeah, Burrow is very hard to push in the eliminator. We got a star method. My guy's trying to recover from his star method with JJ McCarthy at pick 47. He took Darnold and Shuck, which I think is the right way to do it. You draft like you were right. Bucky Irving, Josh Jacobs, David Montgomery, Najee Harris, Tank Bigsby, Justice Hill. I got to be honest, I do not like that running back room. A lot of guys ahead of ADP that I just don't think are great. And I don't think Justice Hill makes a ton of sense on a team where you've taken, like, Keaton Mitchell would be a better Ravens running back pick to take on this team. What is Justice Hill's 7.2 points going to do for you? So he got Justin Jefferson, star method, Devonta Smith, Deebo Samuel, Cooper Kupp, Christian Kirk, Jack Bech, Jalen Naylor, TJ Hawkinson. So he did recover. Like, if that does ever happen to you, this is what you have to do. You have to just take all the guys from that team. But just a lot of like low ceiling style guys to me here, like Kirk, Kupp, Justice Hill, Najee Harris. You recovered well, but ain't no coming back from that. It could advance, but I'm gonna give that a delete. We got a Schnauzer from Tim Holstead. We have got JJ McCarthy, Cameron Ward, Sam Darnold, Isaiah Pacheco, Cam Scattaboo, so a true zero running back, hero running back at least. Zach Charbonnet, Ray Davis, Keaton Mitchell. Well, I'll tell you already, you need 6. There's just no way your wide receivers on this team are good enough to not take another running back on this team. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Ladd McConkey, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Xavier Worthy, Chris Olave, Jordan Addison, Brandon Ayuk, Isaiah Likely, Mason Taylor, Juwan Johnson. So this one, Mini Golden just dropped. Let's check the structure on the old Mini Golden. Dude, drop everything. The Mini Golden just dropped. A winner take all. Okay. The Mini Golden is the Mini Golden is a single entry, winner take all, 1,280 entrants, $20,000 to first place. All right. Good for them. Okay. So Tim, the issue with this team is that one, you have this terrible price on Brandon Ayuk, and two, this kind of overkill at 0 running back. Like, you really gotta, and you're eating the Addison thing too. Tim, I like you. I like the initiative. I like the effort. But on a 0 running back team, you probably can't afford 3 and 3. You gotta be fine with either Likely and Taylor, or you gotta be fine with either McCarthy and Ward. You can't do both. But conceptually, I like the direction that you were heading. All right. Don't think this team is great. Too much investment at wide receiver, weak stacks, weak running backs, but interested in a post-mortem. Apart from going Gentry at the 1-2 turn over one of the wide receivers, where else could I have made better picks in your opinion? Maybe Fields at the 7-8 turn, but hard to predict getting boxed at quarterback. All right. So he did Trevor Lawrence, Amarian Hampton, Jalen Warren, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Nico Collins, Xavier Worthy, Colston Loveland, Ted McMillan, Zay Flowers, Ricky Pearsall, Matthew Golden, J.K. Dobbins, Cam Ward, Brenton Strange, Roshan Johnson, Braylon Allen, Rashard Smith, Jackson Dart, Jordan James, Juwan Johnson. Let me pull up the draft board. So Hampton here, great. Tet there's fine. Flowers should have been Harvey or Henderson. Pretty clearly. Pearsall, I think, is fine. Golden, I think, is fine. I would have been totally comfortable taking Jordan Love here. I would have been totally comfortable, honestly, taking Caleb Williams and doing the back stack with Loveland. What happens with people on DraftKings? Always what happens with people on DraftKings is that you are drafting at the turn, and in your head you go, okay, well, it's fine, I'll figure it out. And then in between your pick, 8 quarterbacks go. That's just always what happens. I think you kind of did the right thing here with Lawrence and Ward. Honestly, Dwalin, you got through just fine on this team. I think you navigated it just fine. But I would say the biggest mistake you made was taking Flowers here for the ADP value, and then taking Warren and Dobbins both. One of those just should have been any quarterback. Really, really any quarterback. All right. Only 4 quarterback team I've done in BBM. All right, Mr. Brandles Candles. All right, folks. We have one Mr. Brandles Candles here. German Shepherd 3 dropped as well. All right, GM to the German Shepherds. Dak, Tua, Stafford, Rodgers. Honestly, Chad, you were fine. There just was no reason for Stafford and Rodgers. That's a totally fine quarterback room. Also, Baxter, thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Bijan, Swift, Pollard, Guerrero, Braylon Allen, Jarquez Hunter. It's a fine running back room. I don't mind taking Pollard ahead of ADP. Tyreek, Adams, Metcalf, Pickens, Kupp, Alec Pierce, Travis Kelce, Tucker Kraft. I mean, honestly, like, end of the day, Chad, this team is fine. Like, there's actually nothing wrong with this team. But Aaron Rodgers just doesn't add anything towards it. Like, could you tell me that this team advances? Absolutely. No, the Mini Golden is still open, Artillery Frost. Unless I'm blind. Possible I'm blind. But Chad, even for a 4 quarterback team, I'm going to give you a compete, but you would have been happier with another you would have been more happy with another tight end on this. But yeah, like to your point, is Rodgers really worse than Tutu Atwell here? Absolutely not. I think another tight end is what you should have done. Yeah. Honestly, it's like I'm not even going to tell you did the wrong thing. I'm just going to say, like, what does Aaron Rodgers do for this team? And there's not much. And yes, Julian says, I think there's a better chance Tutu matters for that team in week 17 than Rodgers. All right, Keith is submitting a best ball mania team. Username semi-pro. Lamar Jackson, Caleb Williams. Got a nice little value on Caleb Williams here. Jonathan Taylor, Isaiah Pacheco, Jaylen Warren, Isaac Urendo, Dylan Sampson, and Jarquez Hunter. That is basically the platonic ideal of a running back room. That is exactly what a running back room I would draft looks like. Now, is that good or bad? I don't know. You guys tell me. Jamar Chase, Zay Flowers at 48. Bring back. No, it's not. Davis, shut up. DJ Moore at 49. Sick. Golden, Burden, McMillan, De'Ami Brown, Mark Andrews, Elijah Roy, Oronde Gadsden. God, this is going to pain me, dude. This is so painful because I'm giving this an elite. Do you guys know how good a team has to be for me to give it a freaking elite with Dynamic Brown on it? Do you know how miserable that is for me? Get out of here, bro. Keith, take your, and here we go. We'll do it. An elite for, I mean, this is a good team. He's got all the, and he did a cool thing, pulling Lamar up to the turn. He got ADP value on Caleb Williams. Like, it's just a good straight up team. He did a really good job. Joe, honestly, I don't think anyone knows. I think we all assume yes, but none of us know. What does Oronde Gadsden add to that team? Tate, you're going to learn. You were going to learn about Oronde Gadsden. What does Oronde Gadsden add for that team? Please be serious, Tate. I was in Slappy Central for a minute, but Discord dropped me or something. And I believe there is literally just a relink feature in Discord. I believe under your connections wheel. I believe it's very simple. If I sit here all day and never see a Tommy Fidone team, I'll freak. Well, Dylan, you might be the only one on the application drafting Tom Fidone teams. How about that, Joey? How about that? All right, MBF, Brock Purdy, Jordan Love, Saquon Barkley, Jonathan Taylor, Dylan Sampson, Jaden Blue, Jarquez Hunter. So really smart thing he did. He stopped at 5, and he only took lotto tickets. This team is going to go as far as Barkley and JT takes. Okay, Sus says, I think they confirmed it doesn't count on the Hunter defensive touchdown matter. Okay. There we go. Thank you, Mr. Edwards. Devontae Adams, Ted McMillan, Jalen Waddle, Ricky Pearsall at 68, Golden, Higgins, it's short King Summer, dude. Wan'Dale Robinson, Dontavian Wicks, Tucker Kraft, Mike Gesicki, Terrence Ferguson. I mean, it's a very good team. It's a very good team. You got a lot of screenshot equity. You got a lot of guys I like. I mean, minor nitpick is that I like Higbee more than I actually think Ferguson is like a total wasteoid pick. I like Gadsden. I like Arroyo. I like Fannin. It's elite though. Yeah. You get the it's light at running back, but it's light in the right way. He structured it well. He got his stacks. It's a good team. Take your elite. I think that's a very smart way to do the double running back start. All right, I got to be better about deleting these messages. First, Arbitrage calls this a chode construction, 3663. Justin Fields, JJ McCarthy, Tua Tagovailoa, Bucky Irving, DeAndre Swift, Jordan Mason, Isaac Guerrero, Jerome Ford, Braylon Allen. Nice click on Ford there. Little light at running back, I guess because I'm just not a Swift guy. Jefferson with McCarthy, Garrett Wilson, Jameson Williams, Waddle with Tua. He's got all his quarterbacks stacked. Pearsall, freaking Jalen Lane, Loveland, Hunter Henry, and Schultz. These people. These people, man. The Dalton Schultz people, where do they come from? Because time waits for no man. Time waits for no man. Sus Edwards gifted 5 memberships. Let's go. Let's go. He gifted, gifting yourself. I mean, there are only so many people who are eligible to get memberships. Like, truly, there are only what? How many people we have watching? We only have 140 people watching on YouTube right now. There are only so many people eligible. Arbitros, I'm giving you a delete just for Jalen Lane. It's honestly, it's a fine team. Nah, I'm giving you a compete. That's a compete. What is this screenshot? 2673 with Cincinnati Green. This is a crazy screenshot. Come on, dude. Someone help none your business with the screenshot. Someone show him how it's done, because he doesn't get it. We need to help him. I assume no one's talking about Noah Brown escaping serious injury because he's not really a serious football player. There's a big overlap between the Dalton Schultz people and the Eckler Bros. Okay. Now let's help him. Jamar Chase, Bucky Irving, Chase Brown. So he did a thing that I really like to do. Well, one, he got Bucky at 24, which is nice, but he did this other thing that I really like, which is he makes a clear decision that he doesn't want to do a 0 running back team with Chase. So he takes the running backs there at 24, 25, which I like because the wide receivers at the 4-5 turn are strong. He's got Burrow at 72, Jaden Reed, Jalen Warren, Jaden Higgins, a lot of J's. Tucker Kraft with Jordan Love, Dallas Goedert, Dylan Sampson, Demario Douglas, Gesicki with Burrow, Shipley, Wicks, and Mitchell. Bad screenshot, but an elite team. Bad screenshot, but it's an elite team. We are going to move from the Dynamic Brown Wars to the Noah Brown Wars. We might. All right. My eyes, dude. Okay, I'm deleting this. From None Ya Business just because the screenshot is bad. You can't get an elite if your screenshot is bad. James Bean, Fields and Lawrence, my eyes. Kyron Williams, Travion Henderson, J.K. Dobbins, Tyler Algier, Miles Sanders, and DJ Giddens. Puka Nacua, Brian Thomas Jr., Garrett Wilson at 34, sick. Hunter, Jaden Reed, Emeka Egbuka, Troy Franklin, Colston Loveland, Hunter Henry, Mason Taylor. With teams like that, he'll soon be able to hire a screenshot guy. I think this just happens sometimes in the application. I don't understand it, but I think this just happens sometimes. I think if you pull it up too quickly, all the headshots go away. That's a compete. I mean, that's just a bog standard, very good puppy team. This team could absolutely win the puppy, and I would not be surprised. It's a good 0 running back team. He's got his stacks. He's chilling. It's good. It's a good team. Good team from James. Given that a compete, not an elite though. Boomer build in the German Shepherd 2. Jalen Hurts, Bryce Young, and Anthony Richardson. Do I like adding Anthony Richardson on a Jalen Hurts team? I think it's fine. I don't prefer it. Man, his wide receivers are going to be tough here because he went the full boomer with the elite quarterback. Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, Breece Hall, RJ Harvey, and David Montgomery. I can already tell you, David Montgomery does not add anything to this team. Debo is your wide receiver 1. Cooper Kupp is your wide receiver 2. Bateman is your wide receiver 3. Christian Kirk, Quentin Johnson, Adam Thielen, Dante Thornton, and Jordan Whittington. Oh my God. Evan Ingram, Elijah Royal. Golly. Okay. So okay. I'm going to be so serious right now. I'm going to be so serious. You guys are obviously going to overreact to wide receivers being this bad. He's pretty close to this team being okay. He's actually pretty close to this team being fine. If you do George Pickens instead of Jalen Hurts and Matthew Golden instead of David Montgomery, he is at, like, this team is absolutely good. It's a 0.5 PPR site, bro. It's a 0.5 PPR site, but you are not escaping Cooper Kupp as your wide receiver 2 ahead of ADP. The tight ends, the tight ends being bad is not great either. But he was close to executing a good boomer build. He really was. No, because reaching on 7 picks, Harvey as your running back 4 is fine if you stop there. It was actually fine if he stopped there and just said, I'm going to beat all you schmucks who draft De'Ami Brown. He really, this is closer than you guys want to say, but that's a delete. BBM 98 from Skeletor. You might know him better as Drinking Bleach on Underdog. Joe Burrow and Drake May. Bijan Robinson, Ken Walker, Mr. Brandles Candles man himself, Cam Scattaboo, Ray Davis, Dylan Sampson, and Marshawn Lloyd. I would have liked. I like taking Burrow with Taj Brooks, but sure. T. Higgins, DJ Moore, Jordan Addison, Trey Harris, Demario Douglas with May, Jalen Noel, Keenan Allen, and Kayshon Boutte, Trey McBride, and TJ Hawkinson. So generally speaking, I would think your running backs would be worse, but they're actually fine here. That's a good team. It's not like I'm gonna write home about it team, but you're gonna look at this team in week 7. It's gonna be in 3rd place in your pod, and you're gonna be like, yeah, this team could definitely. I mean, it's not for sure gonna advance, but it definitely could advance. That's a compete, Skeletor. He wanted a sauce. All right, Skeletor wanted a sauce. We can do a sauce. All right. Joe Burrow, wow, you must have watched that Netflix show with your girlfriend, Drake May. I bet you're a big legendary upside fan. Bijan Robinson, surely. An Atlanta Falcons running back has never let us down. Ken Walker, aren't you worried about his ankle? Cam Scattaboo, I like him better in leagues where you get points for lead blocking. Ray Davis is actually older than Tyler Shuck. Dylan Sampson, anytime you can take the running back 3 on the Cleveland Browns, you got to do it. Marshawn Lloyd, not going to be playing this upcoming season. He just, the most recent report I just read, he got the Zika virus. The Zika virus for Marshawn Lloyd. T. Higgins, the highest drafted wide receiver 2 in fantasy football history. DJ Moore, the only player who cares less about anything than I do. Jordan Addison, it's a wet and reckless pick at 76. Trey Harris, certainly a rookie wide receiver in a Greg Roman offense, wouldn't let you down. Demario Douglas, the only NFL player shorter than me. Jalen Noel, what are we doing? Drafting the slot demons backup. Keenan Allen, too busy writing for Condé Nast to play football. Kayshon Boutte is actually Italian for cut. Trey McBride has fewer touchdowns in the last 9 years of playing professional football than Rob Gronkowski's best season. TJ Hawkinson, anytime you can take the wide receiver 7 of a rookie quarterback, you absolutely got to do it. No, the Lloyd news is not true. He's not sick. He's not sick. There you go, Skeletor. There's a sauce. All right. My boy. Shit, yeah, the Achievers submitted this with seal emojis. Trevor Lawrence and Cameron Ward. That's what Slappies think passes for a good quarterback room. Travion Henderson, RJ Harvey, Jordan Mason, Tajay Spears, Byshell Tootin, DJ Giddens, and Brashard Smith. Brian Thomas Jr., Drake London, Xavier Worthy, Ted McMillan, Emeka Egbuka, Pat Bryant, Tucker Kraft, Jatavian Sanders, and Harold Fannin. I mean, come on. You just... Some of you pretend to slap, and some of you really live it. And let me tell you one thing that I know about Mr. Achievers. One thing I know about this guy. That guy lives it. That guy lives it. All of us are having less fun drafting teams than him. He's the best. The dude is the absolute best. I mean, obviously, this team is finishing 7th in his pod at absolute best case scenario, but all right, here we go. If you've ever looked at a shit, yeah, the Achievers team and said, looks kind of nice.
You might be a slappy.
Well, you might be a slappy if you cite Travion Henderson as a reason to not take the big dog. If you've ever drafted Genty and Hampton as your running back 1 and your running back 2,
You might be a slappy. If you've ever drafted Jalen Warren and Miles Sanders together, you might be a slappy. If you have even conceived of the thought, the Fannin bet, you might be a slappy.
Unbelievable stuff from Mr. Achievers. Give him a fire emoji before I delete it. All right, delete this as well. All right, here we go. We're already at teams from today. Eliminator draft. Oh, this is actually, honestly, a very good theory question here. Because Din Man asked, do we think Rice at 70 is a good spot in this contest? Yes, Kitchen being Larry the Cable Guy. I mean, come on. You're not beating that. All right, we have got in the eliminator Drake May, Jordan Love, and Tyler Shuck. I tell you to begin with, I don't think Tyler Shuck is a very good eliminator pick. Bucky Irving, Amarian Hampton, Ken Walker, Byshell Tootin, Nick Chubb. That actually is a good eliminator running back room. Lamb, Sutton, Rice, Diggs, Egbuka, Douglas, and Wicks, Kraft, Goddard, and Juwan Johnson. And this is really close to being a good eliminator team. The issue is, if you're going to do Rice, Diggs, you can't take a rookie wide receiver, I think, at 94. I think you need like a Michael Pittman Jr. Honestly, man, you guys are going to hate me saying this. I think you might even need a Cooper Kupp, actually, would be a good pick here. But I would be taking Rashee Rice at 70 in the eliminator, I think. Not the seal emoji, dude. Not the seal emoji, Soups. He needs a Rashid chaperone. Yes, he does. No, I'm not even saying Egbuka is bad here. He's close. This is like, I would not be surprised if this team does very well in the eliminator. But Sutton, Diggs, Egbuka for the first month of the season is a little low on juice. But I think in general, the question is, do we think Rice at 70 is good in the eliminator? I do. Especially because he's going to be a lower owned guy as we go through. Yeah, Sutton is just expensive MPJ. True. All right, we have got Dak Prescott, Tua Tagovailoa, Chase Brown, DeAndre Swift, Ramondre Stevenson, Ray Davis, Will Shipley, and Blake Corum. That's a fine running back room. I mean, Ramondre, Ray, he might be a little thin. You might have needed a Justice Hill or an Austin Eckler style in here. Dak with CD, Reek with Tua, Pickens with Dak. I do not like, me personally, I do not like Tyreek and Waddle together because the way that Tyreek generates points, he takes points away from his wide receiver teammates. Olave, Mooney, Dubs, Njoku, Ertz, Waller and Tua. What do I do? You know what? I'm sorry, bro. I got to give you a delete. There's just like too many little things here. So like Swift, I don't love. Ramondre, I don't love. Like I just have these guys ranked behind ADP. Like Shipley should have been Justice Hill. Waddle should have been Travis Hunter. Mooney is fine. Dubs is fine. But your wide receivers didn't really need chaperones. Your running backs needed chaperones. And the tight end room is fine. But I'm giving you a delete here. All right. A Russell Gage team. Soups took Russell Gage. I kind of like Darren Waller. God forbid. Hey. Keep in mind when I'm saying this, Dallins, I advanced 7% of my teams last year, so what the fuck do I know about anything? Honestly, that is what it is. It's that Swift and Chaperone are absolutely chaperones, but I just have very little trust in them. All right. This is a DK Millie, Brock Purdy, Chase Brown, Marion Hampton, Malik Neighbors, DJ Moore, Juwan Jennings, David Njoku, RJ Harvey, Emeka Egbuka, Darnell Mooney, Quinshawn Judkins. I think that's a little early for Judkins. Goddard, Guerrero, Gesicki, Bigsby, Wilson, Dart, Gage, and Gabriel. This truly is the most. Soups, please tell me you were doing a bit. I need you to tell me this is a bit. Russell Gage has 20-point upside. Just look at the game logs from 2022 and 2021. You're killing me, dude. The guy played with Tom Brady. He played with Thomas Brady in a season that Brady led the NFL in completions attempts, threw for 4,700 yards and 25 touchdowns, and had 51 catches for 426 yards. Come on, bro. Be so for real right now. Honestly, it's really a fine team. I would have made Gesicki a quarterback, and I would never take Dylan Gabriel. Hey, man. Andrew, we are hanging out. Soups is a paying member of the Discord the same way that you are. No, everyone gets full attention. The reason this stream is not about me, bro. This stream is about you. Did Kyle trade for Gage? Like in Atlanta? Like 19 years ago? Gage was on my BBM3 team. How about that? Dude, Gage stock took a huge hit yesterday with the Quintus Cephas signing. All right. Here's the thing. And another thing that you guys need to note is that Soups is literally doing the Lord's work. How many times do we need to look at, oh, look at this team. Nice little ADP value on Tony Pollard. Oh, dude, you got a good, sick Emeka Egbuka team. Sick. Like, we need some different textures. We need opinions. You guys don't want to watch this show if it's nothing but good teams. I promise you, no one wants that. All right. Wow. Mr. Buck St. Thomas himself. Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy, and Daniel Jones. Josh Jacobs, Ken Walker, J.K. Dobbins, Isaac Urendo, and Cartavius Bigsby. Justin Jefferson with McCarthy, Devontae Adams, Cortland Sutton with Nix, Ricky Pearsall, Jalen McMillan, Alec Pierce, and Jalen Royals. Sam Laporta, Tyler Warren, and Jonnu Smith. See, you guys love, everyone here loves a good fancy play. Everyone loves a good fancy play. Why not the son of Terrell Owens, Tariq? Man, look at this buck-ass team. Jalen Royals unstacked. I guess it is a bring back. Jonnu Smith for no reason on a Sam Laporta, Tyler Warren team. Let me tell you, brother, this team could have used another wide receiver. This is going to bring me a lot of pleasure to say, delete, Buck. Elite or delete, Buck, you're asking? Delete. Oh, let me use the sound.
Delete! Delete! Delete!
I've already entered my 20 draft in the German Shepherd. All right. This is from CH. We have got JJ McCarthy, Trevor Lawrence, and Tyler Shuck. Ashton Genty, Amarian Hampton, Tyrone Tracy, Tyler Algier, Braylon Allen. It's a little bit of a fancy running back room. Yes. Yeah, the first 3 people to complete 10 rabbits today get 10 free entries over on Fast Draft. So I would encourage you to use promo code Davis and go check that out. Why don't you use a little promo code Davis over on Fast Draft and go get yourself 10 free entries? People are saying more and more. Brian Thomas Jr., Xavier Worthy, and Travis Hunter at 58. Chris Olave with Shuck, Chris Godwin, Hollywood Brown, Dante Thornton, Jordan Whittington, TJ Hawkinson, and Kyle Pitts. This is a very good team, isn't it? I cannot find a single thing wrong with this team. I like those running backs. The running backs are a little fancy. Really good wide receivers. He's got coverage for Hunter and Godwin with Hollywood. Whittington, I think Whittington, I mean, maybe you're just not a Travis Hunter guy. I like all these guys. I think Godwin at pick 82 is probably strong. Hollywood I like. I think that is good. I think that is elite, CH. I'm going to give you the fire emoji. DK Millie from my boy Olek G78. See, I like Hunter. I like Thomas. We have got Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, Chuba Hubbard, Lad McConkey, Devontae Adams, Jameson Williams, and Gibbs with Goff, Loveland, Jacoby Myers, Caleb Johnson, Justin Herbert with Ladd and Trey Harris, Rashad White, that's an early Jonnu Smith, Wandale, Brenton Strange, DJ Giddens, Anthony Richardson, Alec Iomanner, Taj Brooks, and Tutu Atwell. It's fine. I like the Herbert double. No bring back. I know the bringbacks aren't that big of a deal. This one's real borderline. I've probably been too kind today. Yeah, and with Jonnu, I'm giving you a compete, brother. I'm giving you a compete. No hard feelings. All right, here we go, Frankie. This is a main event team. So this is on the FFPC. This is a $2,500-ish entry. Sometimes you can get it a little bit cheaper. This is tight end premium. Let's see what he did. Frankie goes Bijan and Kittle. Frankly, Frankie, I don't love Kittle. Fine. It's fine, Frankie. I don't love Kittle in tight end premium. T. Higgins, DJ Moore, Chuba Hubbard, and Hawkinson, bro. Come on. Ridley is a good price. Mason, Golden, Purdy with Kittle, Dak, Jalen Wright, Trey Harris, Dylan Sampson, Taj Brooks, Kyle Monangai, Kyle Williams, Rams, Fairbairn, Mostert. I mean, I like Kittle just fine, but Kittle gets boosted up to me, Kittle gets boosted up in a format that rewards touchdowns. This format rewards tight ends. Or not tight ends. This format rewards receptions. People forget Russell Gage is eating into Kittle's target share. Yeah. So I don't love that. I don't know. What did he have available? So he could have taken, but he could have, you know what? If I'm drafting this team, I'm doubling up on Tyreek and T here, I think. And I'm probably not taking Hubbard. Maybe I would. And I'm not taking Hawkinson either. Man, I guess he kind of ran out of running backs. That is indeed the plan. To do this all the way until the season starts. Need people to start sending in their home teams. People forget. They do forget all the time. You guys, obviously George Kittle is awesome. But George Kittle's career high in receptions since 2020, his reception totals are 48, 71, 60, 65, and 78. That is half the receptions of Brock Bowers. I'm not even saying anything about George Kittle being bad. I just think he's a smidgen overpriced in that format. But Frankie, I will give you a compete, brother. Wow, Saquon at 8 in BBM. This is from my boy, Mark Wolf, who gifted 5 Membies at the beginning of the stream. How about it? Well, yes, Brock Bowers is Brock Bowers, but the difference in price is very little. Is there a link to the Discord, or am I a 27-year-old boomer? You are a boomer. Cade, all you got to do is link your YouTube account. Link your YouTube account to Discord, and you'll be popped right in. People are taking Kittle in the 3rd round of BBM. Well, one, I don't really think they should. But also, to some degree, Kittle is almost better in half PPR than he is in 1.5 PPR for tight ends to sort of a small degree, because Kittle's value is in touchdowns, not in receptions. I agree. The Saquon falling is kind of crazy. Okay, let's see what Mark cooked up. Lamar, Love, and Rodgers. Barkley at 8. Henderson. Don't love ETN. Benson, Justice Hill. A.J. Brown with Barkley. I also probably wouldn't have done that. I don't know. What would you guys have done? Would you have tried to take someone else? They just added a Underdog BBM promo, draft 2 teams and get up to $10 in free play. Usable up to 3 times. All right. Shout out to our boys over at Underdog. AJ Brown, DK Metcalf with Rodgers, Flowers with Lamar, Matthew Golden, Michael Pittman Jr., Rashad Bateman with Lamar, Romeo Doubs, Tucker Kraft, Jonnu Smith, Mike Gesicki. I mean, Barkley at 8 is nice, but it does feel he's got Love and Lamar in that Week 17 game. Honestly, I guess I'm just kind of being biased here against ETN, and I don't love AJ Brown and Barkley together. I think I honestly I would have wanted to take Bowers here. Bowers and Barkley is a sick combinatorial pairing. I've got a Barkley big dog team in there somewhere. Yeah, Mark, you're a great man. Yeah, it could be a ping pong. I'm giving this one a compete, Mr. Wolf, and I thank you for your 5 gifted membies. All right, Jared says he thinks he landed this Hampton hero build. What contest is this from? Lawrence. So this is an early team. Lawrence and Tua, Hampton, DeAndre Swift when his ADP was 122, Isaiah Pacheco when his ADP was 114, Javonte at pick 138, Dobbins at 175, Braylon at 186, Puka, AJ Brown, Terry McLaurin, Travis Hunter, Jacoby Myers, Brandon Ayuk, Demario Douglas, Darius Slayton, Sam Laporta, and Brenton Strange. I mean, that's a fire team. You avoided a bunch of landmines. That is elite. Good for you. None your business is asking Win Team Review Show, buddy. It is right gosh darn now. Delete these messages from myself and from Skeletor. Delete. Big board team, even with no stacks. This one is also from Jared. Yeah, that team is nuts. So much CLV on what will be the most disappointing This is a very funny one from Rusty. Hey, I drafted a bunch of Derek Carr in the big board. All right. Justin Fields, Anthony Richardson, Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers. Boy is he's looking at this. This quarterback room goes crazy. My boy is looking at this team going, thank goodness I took Aaron Rodgers. McCaffrey, Swift, Mason, Harvey, Mitchell, no Tootin, Nico, Adams, Devonta, Olave, Jennings, Igbuka, Golden, Shaheed, Ingram, Gesicki, Chig. Brother, I'm giving you a delete for submitting a team that has a retired quarterback, Anthony Richardson, no Tootin, and no Hunter. Wow, DK salaries are up for week 1. Where were you, bro? Where were you? No, this is definitely not a donation. That is a misunderstanding of the big board. This team is structurally fine. But if we're look, dude, it's freaking July 25th. If we're submitting big board teams, you better have the holy trinity of pre-draft. You better have Harvey, you better have Tootin, and you better have Travis Hunter. Wow, people are asking. Maybe we will do this Woolcast first look show next week. All right. Bang. We have a BBM from May from Julian. Now, Jared, you do make a great point. Minor setback for a big comeback for Derek Carr. As a big-time Will Fuller drafter in the past, I know what it's like to see someone quit on you. Many such cases. All right. Baker Mayfield, Trevor Lawrence, Jahmyr Gibbs, Bucky Irving, Aaron Jones, Tank Bigsby, and Jaleel. So he still believes. My boy, whose team was this? Julian's. He still believes. Well, I guess this was before Dobbins. Retirement demon. That's very funny. All right. JSN, Hunter at 44, JMO, Olave, Igbuka, Marvin Mims, Darius Slayton, De'Ami Brown, Dallas Goedert, Brenton Strange, Mike Gesicki. Eating a lot of negative CLV here with Mims, Hunter, It's a pretty good team, though. He's got Bucky and Igbuka with Baker. He's got Bigsby, Hunter, and Strange with Lawrence. Giving you a compete, Julian. I'm giving you a compete. Good stuff. All right, BBM from April from my boy Groovy. Mr. Groovy. Bama Drake 8 on Underdog. Kyler Murray, Drake May, JJ McCarthy, Devin A-Chain, Breece Hall, RJ Harvey, Ray Davis, Devin Neal, DJ Giddens, still a Devin Neal believer. That's a really good running back room, though. A-Chain at 21, Breece at 45, Harvey at 76. Elite so far. Let's see how he landed the plane. Jefferson, Ted at 52, Addison, Diggs at 93, Kirk, Knoll, Wicks, McBride, Kincaid. That, my friend, I got something for you. That's not even slap. That's just a sick team. Yeah, that's just a really, really good team. Give him his fire emoji. Oh, Lil Dodger. BBM, double elite quarterback. Double elite quarterback from my boy, Lil Dodger. Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, Aaron Jones, J.K. Dobbins, Najee, boo. Dylan Sampson. Wow, he was ahead of the curve. Well, I guess not, actually. Tank Bigsby, Jaden Blue, and Will Shipley chasing. Brian Thomas, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Rashi at 58. Zay Flowers at 63. Debo at 82. Keenan, Andrews, Arroyo, and Sanders. Dude. Okay, I was ready to say this is terrible. How did he do this? All right, Lil Dodger, you got to tell me what happened in your room to allow this. Who was playing bad in your room? Was this a Gilbert Arenas? What's going on here? It's a 0 RB team, but his running backs are fine. Jones and Dobbins. I mean, obviously Najee is a 0, but Samson, Bigsby. That I was gonna say, this is a very tolerable. You know what? I'm gonna give it to him. I'm giving it to you, brother. I'm giving it. There you go. There you go. They said it couldn't be done. It is. I'm still deleting it in the channel because it's not gonna get the gold star, but you pulled it off. All right, my boy Moods. Which, by the way, check out my boy Moods on, Zay Slide. Very useful. Check out my boy Moods on YouTube if you are into the hockey stuff. He's got some good fake hockey content on YouTube. Okay. Oh, man. Not a Shadur pick, Moods. God, this is, of course, Moods, dude. Moods, what are we doing here? This must be pre-draft. Hurts, Dak, Shadur, Cook, Caleb, Rico Dowdle, Braylon Allen, Kendra Miller, RJ Harvey. Okay, so he's got Harvey, Jordan James, CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, Chris Olave, Khalil Shakir, Keenan Allen, Xavier Restrepo, Dontavian Wicks, Jalen Noel, Jonas Smith, Tyler Warren. No, he ruined it. He did get the Harvey team. I think I'm fairly confident this is my boy Moods doing a bit. Although it's really indicative of how the pre-draft stuff can be so crazy. Like the pre-draft stuff is so funny where you can have some sick values, right? So he got some good values on Harvey. He got some good value on, well, I guess not really. Moods. Love ya. I apparently did a War Room team pre-draft. I also somehow did 17 big boards that I named never. Did someone take over my UD account? Let's find. I think Moods. I think we're deleting, brother. You can get back to worrying about the Philadelphia Flyers third line. DK Millie All right, this is my boy Joey B, one of our biggest friends around the channel. Joey B, a great watcher, a great viewer, a great friend. He has got, you guys can't see this on the screenshot because at the top of the bar here. You guys can see here real quick. He's got Lamar on this one. Lamar, Drake May, Bryce Young, Jonathan Taylor, DeAndre Swift, Jordan Mason, Justice Hill, Marshawn Lloyd, and Keaton Mitchell. I think Keaton Mitchell is a really good pairing with Lamar, actually. Justin Jefferson, Teteroya McMillan, Zay Flowers, Stephon Diggs, Darnell Mooney, Xavier Legette, Jalen Coker. That is too much Panthers. And Savion Williams, Colston Loveland, Isaiah Likely, and Hunter Henry. I don't know. What do you guys think? What are we thinking here? Feels somehow like a little thin at wide receiver. I don't know. Maybe I just am not a Coker guy, really. Yeah, it's a Carolina Giga Mega. Where's Trevor Etienne, brother? Yeah, that's Joey. This is it's a compete. It's a compete. I'm not giving you elite. I will give you a compete. All right, last team from Jared, best ever eliminator. All right, let's see. Do we think this is true? You never know. You never know if the Carolina Panthers are going to duplicate the passing statistics of Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. Jaden Daniels at 41 in the eliminator. I'm not going to lie, that feels hard to come back from. I deleted it, Rusty. I gave him the elite, but I deleted it. Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Derrick Henry, RJ Harvey at 80. That is nice. DeAndre Swift, Isaiah Pacheco at 104, Guerrendo and Giddens, Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison, Rome Odunze, Deebo Samuel, Trey Harris, Cedric Tillman, Jalen Tolbert, Jake Ferguson, Hunter Henry, Jatavian Sanders. That is a really good eliminator team. That is just straight up how you do it. Really, really strong eliminator team. Shout out to you, brother. Lot of CL. Yeah, he shows his solver here. Look at all that. Full CLV in the running back room. Not a ton of CLV with the wide receivers, but that's fine. Yeah, that is a very good eliminator team, Jared. I'm giving you the elite. An elite eliminator. A poodle from our mod and our friend C-Money. Well, I already have all my entries in the German Shepherd 3, so I will see you in the streets. I did 20 slows. Safari bar in the screenshot. True. All right, C-Money. We've got Mayfield, Nix, and Lawrence. He said this is in the poodle. Mayfield, Nix, and Lawrence. Kyron, Harvey, Swift, Jaden Blue. God help me. You might be a slappy if you think Jaden Blue and Miles Sanders are a good pairing in Best Ball Mania. St. Brown, Brian Thomas Jr., Mike Evans, Chris Godwin with Baker. Eating that negative CLV on Godwin. Kirk, Tillman, Mitchell, Ingram, Cotton, and Juwan Johnson. I would guess Liam has no interest in doing this with me. But Liam, if you're listening, brother, we would love to have it, brother. Okay. Mr. Money, I love you, brother. You're great. But this is a delete. You got freaking Slot Demon Kirk. You didn't need to take Juwan Johnson on this team. I think you needed one more running back. The wide receivers are very good, though. Tillman and Mitchell, obviously, I like. You know what? Liam doing it with my teams would be very funny. Liam doing it, maybe I might have to ask him about that. That actually probably would be very funny. I will send him a message and ask him later. Yeah, that's just one, Mr. Money, where it just got away from you on that one. All right, we've got a German Shepherd. from Jake C. Baker Mayfield, Trevor Lawrence, Anthony Richardson, Ashton Genty, Amarian Hampton, Ramondre Stevenson, Rashad White, and Tank Bigsby. As a good running back room. Brian Thomas with Lawrence, Mike Evans, Juwan Jennings, Chris Olave, Emeka Egbuka, Trey Harris, Alec Pierce, Brenton Strange, Elijah Arroyo, and Aronde Gadsden. Here's the thing. If you have ever drafted a team that has Brenton Strange and Elijah Arroyo on it together,
You might be a slappy.
well, you might be I do like the I love the stuff. Richardson, I think, is a totally fine third one to add in there with Alec Pierce. Yeah, Arroyo and Gadsden. GM to you, Chris. Hope you're having a great day, brother. That's honestly, for a German Shepherd, I think that is quite a nice team. I'm giving you the elite. I'm giving you the elite for taking Arroyo and Gadsden, honestly. Shout out to you. BBM from a couple weeks ago. This is from A. Allen 11 3573. We've got Kyler Murray, Justin Fields, and Cameron Ward, Christian McCaffrey, Amarian Hampton, Tony Pollard, Tyrone Tracy, T. Higgins, Marvin Harrison, Calvin Ridley, Chris Olave, Hollywood Brown, Demario Douglas, and Keenan Allen, Tucker Kraft, Mike Gesicki, and Juwan Johnson. Sidekick ass quarterbacks. I mean, it's pretty good, man. I think that's a compete. I do like taking Keenan here. That's a good team. Not an elite. I'm giving Samson at 200 also. I don't know, man. That's actually probably an elite. We did your team. We did your team and we gave you an elite, Lil Dodger. Probably did it about 20 minutes ago. We did the double elite quarterback team. And we gave you an elite. All right. Single entry Greyhound from my boy Hunter Agas. Hunter G. Dak Prescott and Trevor Lawrence, Devin A. Chain, Tony Pollard, Jalen Warren, Braylon Allen, Will Shipley, and Blake Corum. CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Adams, Travis Hunter, George Pickens, Jordan Addison, Michael Pittman Jr., Darius Slayton, De'Ami Brown, Jake Ferguson, and Dallas Goedert. Honestly, those running backs are pretty good. Oh, yes. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. Hell yeah. Man knows what's up. All right. Honestly, for that strength of wide receivers, that's really good. Because the wide receivers, even with Hunter at 44, are crazy. I mean, he does have Dynamic Brown. DK is doing a full 16-game slate with $2 million to first. Wow. So they're bringing back the Monday game? Or the Sunday night game? Crazy. Or Thursday to Monday. Oh, he's saying never mind. Okay. Good team. Good team. That giving you the fire emoji, that's an elite, I think. Dachshund with some nice CLV from my guy Derby Rhino. Dak Prescott and Bryce Young, Derrick Henry, James Conner, Tony Pollard, J.K. Dobbins, Will Shipley, Dylan Sampson, and Ollie Gordon. CeeDee Lamb, Mike Evans, Travis Hunter, Deebo Samuel, Trey Harris, Xavier Legette, and Jalen Coker, Trey McBride, and Jake Ferguson. I mean, I don't love the double Liget and Coker. It's fine. I do like his running backs. I guess actually probably no reason. I know Samson, obviously there's a lot of CLV here, but yeah, it kind of is like a what does Ollie Gordon do for this team? You're like light. It's pretty good. I guess I can't really say because you don't need another tight end when you have McBride at 30. Probably another wide receiver, and I probably would have done a third quarterback instead. But that's a good team. He did get some nice CLV. Give it Derby Rhino a compete on that one. BBM 126. Okay, this is my boy B-Zigs who just got in the Discord. Pat Mahomes, Drake May, and Justin Herbert. Huge value on Herbert here. Herbert at 149. Jahmyr Gibbs, Bucky Irving, Travion Henderson, Miles Sanders, and DJ Giddens. Yeah, I think you knew, Derby Rhino. I think you knew what's up. I think you made good choices on that team. Gibbs, Irving, Henderson, Sanders, Giddens, T. Higgins, Xavier Worthy, Cortland Sutton, Deebo Samuel, Jaden Higgins, Kyle Williams, Hollywood Brown, Dallas Goedert, Brenton Strange, and so close, B-Zigs. The answer I was looking for was Gadsden. Gadsden was the answer we were looking. So close. Oronde Gadsden over Will Dissly, and we were giving you the slappy seal of approval. No, that's a very good team. Very, very good. And Keandre Lambert-Smith. Must have been some craziness happening in your room because you got Hollywood at 164. You got and Herbert at 149. But I will give you an elite because it's clearly a very good team. All right, my boy Jay Strez, a 5.55. Put some respect on my boy Jay Strez's name. Goff and Gibbs, Derrick Henry. Don't you know that DraftKings is full PPR? People forget. JSN, Metcalf, Waddle, Laporta with Goff, Golden, Mooney, not loving Mooney, Scatabo, Love with Golden, Penix for Y. Oh, Penix and Mooney, McMillan, Algier, Otten, Rico, Dynamic Brown, Raheem Mostert, Dontavian Wicks, and Ben Sinnott. Well, God, I guess I'm kind of one of the. It's like how do you grade a team that is structurally very good? It's got all the things you need. It's got your stacks. It's got the right positional distributions, but you just don't love the individual pieces. Like I don't like the Mooney Penix stuff. I do like Algier with Penix a lot. I think that's so sharp. Otten and McMillan is fine. That's a good leverage bet against all the olds there. Mostert is like clearly a good pick, but not one that I can bring myself to do. But he's like the running back too. Like one thing I think is certainly true is that some of the best picks are running back twos of the elites, and Mostert is the running back 2 of the elite behind Ashton Genty. I think Mooney is just not a great pick, but I could just very much be wrong. I'm giving my boy Jay Strez a compete in the DraftKings 5.55 eliminator. Justin Jefferson fell to 8. Oh man. Jaden Daniels, JJ McCarthy, Anthony Richardson. I don't think Anthony Richardson's a very good eliminator pick. I think Anthony Richardson is really good in formats that reward theoretical ceiling, but I don't think Anthony Richardson is a good eliminator pick. I don't really see, because I mean, there's a little bit of value in being unique in the eliminator, but I don't know. David Montgomery and J.K. Dobbins. Zach Charbonnet, Dylan Sampson, and Rico Dowdle, Marshawn Lloyd. I do like that running back. No, I don't actually, because I also feel like Daniels and McLaurin is not great for the eliminator. Pickens, Addison tough in the eliminator, obviously. Buka, Dubs, A.D. Mitchell, Brock Bowers, and Zach Ertz. Yeah, man, this pains me to do it because obviously I love Bowers and Jefferson together. But that is an eliminator delete for me. But what do I know? I don't know shit. All right. My boy Baxter Dowell with the 2673. This was his 68th Best Ball Mania draft. Joe Burrow, Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, Quinshon Judkins, Jalen Warren, Rashad White, Miles Sanders, Blake Corum, Jamar Chase, Garrett Wilson, Rashee Rice, Jameson Williams, Matthew Golden, Wan'Dale Robinson, Dontavian Wicks, David Njoku, Isaiah Likely, and Mike Gesicki. So he's got the Love double. He took Burrow to 72 with Chase. Judkins at 96. That is pretty tough. Rashad White. I think this running back room is too sexless. I just do not think there's enough going on in your running back room. And also, maybe hot take, I feel like Jacobs is one of those running backs where you actually don't want him with his quarterback because so much of his upside was tied into the negative PROE. The Packers were 31st in the NFL in PROE last year. And I think that Love's upside is in Jacobs getting the ball less. It's fine. I mean, it's obviously a fine team. Race at 48, JMO at 49. It's fine. I think that is a compete. I think that is a compete, Baxter. I'm not going to give it an elite. All right, we've got my boy Twan. 2673. Bo Nix at 101. Matt Stafford. Jonathan Taylor, Bucky Irving, Trevion Henderson, Tyler Algier, Jarquez Hunter, Brashard Smith. Slap is strong with this one. This is definitely true in the eliminator. Some of these zero running back teams can get out of week one easily. I agree with that. I agree. Puka Nacua, Travis Hunter, Cortland Sutton, Matthew Golden, Josh Downs, Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin. That is a super Denver stack. Ingram, Loveland, Kraft. So I would say in general, scale 1 to 10. Probably not gonna rip my mini golden on this stream. I'm gonna keep it real with you, Mr. Dabk. Probably not doing that today. What was I saying? Oh, so give me your guys' thoughts on this, but this would roughly be my thought. One, I think he spent a little bit too much at tight end. I don't think you need to do Loveland and Kraft when you have Ingram. It's fine to take 3 tight ends, but the larger thing is on a scale of 1 to 10 for wide receivers or for week 17 stacks, I would say the more of one team you have, the more you would like to have their week 17 opponent. So like if you have 5 Broncos, you should probably have more than one Chief, and your Chief probably shouldn't be Brashard Smith. That's just that's what I think. That's what I think. I don't know, but that is just in my head. That is just my thought. Yes, audio listeners just heard Bo Nix the 101. Sorry, pick 101. It's more like I think maybe one Chief is fine, but I think it should have at least been like Hollywood. Like maybe Worthy instead of Hunter, then you do it or something.
Bro, didn't you hear Bo Nix had a sleepover with Drew Brees? It's crazy, brother.
All right. This is what it's all about. Fell asleep. Forgot I was in a BBM. Shout out to Mac Nova. Caleb Williams, JJ McCarthy, Christian McCaffrey, Chuba Hubbard. That's it. That's it at running back. Elite. Drake London, McLaurin, Tet, Rome, Jaden Reed, Keon Coleman, Marvin Mims, Quentin Johnson, Josh Palmer, Demario Douglas, Sam Laporta, Zach Ertz, Dalton Schultz, Shiga Conquo. A very good reminder. Very good. Honestly, go do it. Go do it in your app right now. Go set your positional limits right now. Honestly, dude, what are you guys going to give my boy Mac Nova if this team advances? If McCaffrey and Hubbard are what you need, just send this guy shipping up the river. You love to see it. If Schultz was somehow Dylan Sampson, elite. If you've ever fallen asleep and drafted a 2-2, 10-4, you might be a slappy. All right, 2 DK drafts from Baxter. But make sure if you ever want to override your positional limits to take Sion Vaki. Well, Zach, the issue for that clip was not the adjusted settings. It's that I tried to let it auto draft. If you click the button, if you click the button, it will let you override. Yes, if your eyes are closing as you enter a draft because you're sleepy, you might be a slappy. All right, CJ Stroud, Derrick Henry, Breece Hall, Nico Collins, Mike Evans, Jerry Jeudy, Evan Ingram, Joe Mixon. Is that Joe Mixon? Okay. Is that Joe Mixon in round 8? Crazy. Matthew Golden, Trey Harris, Jordan Love, Kyle Williams, Tank Bigsby, Bryce Young, Josh Palmer, Jalen Knoll, Dylan Sampson. I knew Dalton Schultz was coming. Brashard Smith, and Elijah Arroyo. If Dalton Schultz was just anyone that I cared about, this would be so fire. That's a really good team. That is clearly an elite. Although I do feel like some degree submitting DraftKings teams is cheating because they're all good. People on DraftKings are so terrible. It makes no sense to me how bad DraftKings drafters are. Like there's just no rhyme or reason. If you review best ball teams because you're so broke after having a 7.6 advanced rate, hey, copy paste states, I need you to be so for real with me right now. It's 7.8%. Do not shortchange me 0.2%. It was 7.8%. And additionally, on top of that, I bet I made more best ball finals than you last year too. I just timed out and took naked Mahomes in my DK slow. You might be a slappy. You know what? Let me go over to my DraftKings and make sure I'm not about to time out in another one. Because I haven't checked my DraftKings teams yet.
Dude, I'm just setting up the backdoor Brashard Gray Royal stack.
All right, let me make sure I'm not about to freaking miss any others. God, how did I miss that? I was even just doing a draft on DraftKings. All right, I'm 4 hours away on all of these. How can I see if I'm on auto draft in any of them? I'm on auto draft in one that is in the 19th round. Too many drafts, bro. Okay, we're straight. I made 4 best ball finals with 320 buy-ins, finished top 35 in the puppy and top 55 in the puppy 2. If you remember your exact number of finishes in the puppy 2, you might be a slappy. Okay. Baker Mayfield, Devin Achane, Chase Brown, Puka Nacua, Mike Evans, George Pickens, Hunter Henry, James Conner, Isaiah Pacheco, Caleb Williams, Keon Coleman, Rashid Shaheed, Jaden Blue, Ray Davis, Kate Otten, Jalen Noel, Jarquez Hunter, Woody Marks, Jalen Coker. Dude, I'm giving you a delete just for taking Dylan Gabriel. No, we don't. We just do not have to be taking Browns quarterbacks. The first one, elite. Second one, delete. Deleted. Zach Lenars, the slappy seal of approval creator himself. Patrick Mahomes, Bo Nix, Jordan Love, Breece Hall, RJ Harvey, Isaiah Pacheco, Jerome Ford, Marshawn Lloyd, he of the Zika virus fame, and Jarquez Hunter. Mahomes and Nix together is kind of fun. Your average return should be you expect to lose it all. That's just the way she goes. These tournaments pay you don't get your money back unless you win. So unless you win, you're gonna lose. Puka, London, Worthy with Mahomes, Zay Flowers, Romeo Dubs, Pat Bryant, Demario Douglas, Travis Kelce, Tucker Kraft. If you pander to Davis Maddock with a Mahomes, Worthy, Travis Kelce, Pat Bryant bring back, and RJ Harvey, you might be a slappy. Honestly, Dylan Gabriel probably will start week 17, but we don't have to encourage it, bro. We don't have to encourage the Browns' bad behavior. Zach, absolute heat here. Just a beautiful running back room. Got your chaperone and Ford. Lloyd catching passes. Beautiful wide receiver room. Just heat. Give him his fire emoji. Let's move on. All right. V28RDG. Vidal 28RDG. Is this Kamani Vidal? His highest CLV ADP and draft capital, Best Ball Mania team. Jaden Daniels, Dak Prescott, Jonathan Taylor, Chase Brown, Isaiah Pacheco, Austin Eckler, J.K. Dobbins, Dobbins at 189, Lamb and Pickens, Judy, Golden, Pittman, Bateman, Diami, Tolbert, Ferguson, Likely, Freiermuth. Honestly, somehow this is still not a very good team. I guess Judy, I think, is a waste. Pittman is like kind of useless on this team. I obviously hate Diami. No, this is not an elite, bro. You gotta. Also, like, what is Freiermuth doing here? Even for like pre-trade Jonnu, Freiermuth still does not do anything here. It's fun. I mean, it's not a bad team, obviously. I also don't love the quarterbacks together move on underdog. It's fine. I'm giving him a compete. I'm giving my boy Kamani Vidal a compete. A. Allen 11 drafted this week along with ADP chasing watchers when Jacob was the Jacob solo host. All right. Drake May, Bryce Young, Cam Ward, Jahmyr Gibbs, Josh Jacobs, James Cook. That's a lot of running backs, brother. Judkins at 92, Jarquez Hunter. So I will say Judkins is like a fun risk to take here on this style. Not fun because he committed domestic violence and he's probably a bad guy, but it's the right type of risk to be taking. But I don't think at 92 it's any good. T. Higgins, Devonta Smith, Chris Olave, Steph Diggs, Rashid Shaheed, Quentin Johnston, Xavier Leggett, David Njoku, Chig Okonkwo, Juwan Johnson. Well, Shaheed. Got him. I don't know if you needed the third tight end. I mean, it's fine. Yeah, why does everyone hate Rashid Shaheed? That's my boy. You know, I'm just out here rooting for Rashid Shaheed. Dude, this team only needs Shuck. Yeah, honestly, I would like this team, but I guess he's got Ward, so they're bringbacks. You know what? That is a good team. I'm giving you elite, brother. A. Allen 11 gets an elite. Dr. 1, the professor. We have got, yeah, but you've got Shaheed, brother. 27% Shaheed. We found the slaps. All right, David Russell, Dr. 1, the professor here. Jaden Daniels and JJ McCarthy. I think it's fine to stop at 2 quarterbacks on this team. Jonathan Taylor, David Montgomery, Jordan Mason, Will Shipley, Ollie Gordon, Justin Jefferson, Terry McLaurin, Jordan Addison. This is going to be too light at wide receiver. Cooper Kupp, Marvin Mims, Romeo Doubs, Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Royals, TJ Hawkinson, Tucker Kraft, Zach Ertz. That is just too light at wide receiver, and I don't think you made up for it in numbers. Like Tolbert is kind of an effective 0. Doubs is like a good chaperone, but the big dog draft today is at 3 p.m. Eastern time, 2 p.m. Central. Yes, Shaheed is coming off a knee injury, but is not on the PUP and seems to be fully recovered. This team was pretty close though. You turn David Montgomery into Debo, and I think you feel a lot better about this team. GM, getting a quick stream before I hit the road for 4 hours. Where are you heading, brother? What's on the road? What's on the road, Frankie? Dowens. Oh no. We have another person who did not submit their positional limits. Joe Burrow, Pat Mahomes, Caleb Williams. Oh, you hate to see it. Devin Achane, Chase Brown, Judkins, Tracy Jones, Aaron Jones, Travis Etienne, Jamar Chase, Drake London, T. Higgins, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Rashee Rice, Jamison Williams, Zay Flowers, Cortland Sutton, David Njoku. What a brutal run out here. Just all the early quarterbacks. And also a bunch of running backs early. Judkins, Tracy, way ahead of ADP. Yeah, people are saying more and more. Old JCM, old Ja'Cory, Krosky, Merritt. What do you guys know about the old JCM? Honestly, it's kind of a compete. All right. Peter O'Neill, BBM, maybe one too many Texans wide receivers. Yeah, I mean, for auto drafting and drafting Joe Burrow at 36, it definitely could have been worse. I've got teams I've fully paid attention to that look worse than that. So, what can you do? I mean, look, it's not a very good team, but stranger things have happened. All right. This one was from Peter O'Neill, BBM, maybe one too many Texans wide receivers. Stroud and Lawrence, Brees, Hampton, Pollard, Sampson, Bigsby, Corum, Nico, BTJ, Zay Flowers, Chris Olave, Jaden Higgins, Christian Kirk, Jalen Knoll, De'Ami Brown. Yeah, I honestly like. It was a Badge Bros draft. That makes a lot more sense. So it's not going to be a compete in a Badge Bros. Yeah, I think you just have to pass either Kirk or Knoll. But other than that, I mean, I'm giving it a delete because you just literally have 4 wide receivers from the same team and you're just kind of going to be screwed. But You were pretty. I was not paying attention, brother. I was not paying attention. Oh, buddy, trust me. Trust me. I get it. I get it. There are plenty of teams I've had to leave halfway through. Okay. Last FFPC Big Grow. So this is the 350. Last 350 on FFPC. Mahomes and Stroud, Brees, Tootin, Sampson, Jarquez, Hunter, Brashard Smith, Miles Sanders, Kyle Monangai, Keaton Mitchell, Nico Collins, Xavier Worthy, Tet McMillan, Travis Hunter, Juwan Jennings, Brock Bowers, Tyler Warren, Elijah Arroyo. Man, so here's the thing, Nova. It's so funny. Yeah, it's so funny. Well, Adam, I've been doing this for 2 hours, and I'm gonna keep it absolutely real with you. Sometimes your brain goes a little mushy. Sometimes when you do enough of these, sometimes when you're just sitting staring at your computer for 2 hours and you've been talking nonstop, sometimes your brain is not fully locked in because it's more important to keep talking than it is to exactly focus on what you're doing. So I think I would have made probably Arroyo another wide receiver. You're probably fine at wide receiver, but you are basically a Travis Hunter is only running 62% of the routes away from hating your wide receivers. It's clearly an elite, but also FFPC is kind of like DraftKings where everyone is elite because all of the people you are drafting against are so bad. But I mean, I'm sure I've drafted teams that look like that. All right, we've got a Bretty Betts here. Jane Daniels, Jordan Love, Jahmyr Gibbs, Bucky Irving, Amarian Hampton, Jalen Warren, an early Hampton drafter, Jalen Warren, Ollie Gordon, George Pickens, Debo with Daniels, Matthew Golden, Jaden Higgins, Romeo Doubs, Pat Bryant, Tamario Douglas, Michael Wilson, David Njoku, Jake Ferguson, and Zach Ertz. I don't know. I guess I really hate hero running back teams or not hero running back teams, like robust running back teams with elite quarterback. I think you gotta stomach it and pass on Daniels for a wide receiver. Like having Golden, Higgins, Doubs as your third wide receiver is going to be tough. I'm cool with the reach on Hampton. I mean, I have Hampton ranked at 30, but I gotta give you a delete. Because I think Daniels was a mistake. All right, this is a Badge Bros. I think. What's the best ball bash? That's the Badge Bros. Jermaine Burton. No, I mean, I'll take him round 20 on DraftKings on a Burrow team sometimes, but Baker, Nix, and Love, Gibbs, McCaffrey, Henry, Jacobs, London, Harrison, Evans, Worthy, Sutton, Pickens, Flowers, Ridley, Igbuka, and Njoku, Kraft. I mean, I can already tell you, looking at this show or looking at this team, you didn't scroll at all. I mean, you literally just drafted guys who were 100% drafted. You don't have enough running backs. No, it's he means the Badge Bros contest. Didn't scroll enough. You need at least 5 running backs, probably 6, because you always want a running back in your flex in the Badge Bros. Yeah, you just you just can't. It's not that hard because the reason they're all good is because they are all 100% drafted guys. Like, give me in the Badge Bros contest, give me Jalen McMillan on this team instead of Igbuka. Just my opinion. Giving that one a delete. Tried a BBM with hero running back elite. When you have Gibbs, CMC, Henry Jacobs, why draft another running back? Because those guys are not going to be the 4 highest scoring running backs of the season. Could be Travis Etienne, brother. I would say best ball, the Badge Bros contest is the worst contest to draft with certainty. Imagine deleting a team for being too good. We've crossed the Rubicon. All right. Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Justin Herbert. I already have a feeling he compounded the elite quarterback mistake by taking a third quarterback. Barkley, Blue, Braylon Allen, Justice Hill, Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt. That is indeed the case. Marvin Harrison, George Pickens, Deebo Samuel, Matthew Golden, Darnell Mooney, Trey Harris, Kyle Williams, Brock Bowers, Hunter Henry, and Zach Ertz. I mean, this is just very easily a delete, not even because of anything other than positional mistakes. If you're going to do the double elite, you can only take 2 of each. That's just how it goes. You're just not going to make up enough points at running back. You could have done a 2, 7, 5, 3 maybe even and gotten away with it. It's not exactly true. Sometimes 4 running back teams have been okay. I like the idea, and I think it's fun to try stuff, but you just messed up the positional distribution. All right, we've got one from Inuar. Yeah, the Badge Bros Brawl winning lineup is going to be crazy. I wouldn't say Drake May is elite, but I'd probably say Jaden Daniels at pick 44 was elite on that last one. Inuar, we have got Josh Allen and Drake May, Derrick Henry, Amarian Hampton, Ray Davis, Tyler Algier, Jalen Wright, Jerome Ford, Malik Neighbors, Travis Hunter, Roma Dunze, Darnell Mooney, Emeka Egbuka, Kyle Williams, Elijah Moore, sleeper pick, dude, Mark Andrews, Chigakonkwo, and Juwan Johnson. I mean, I feel like this team's actually fire, but I just real like half PPR Mooney ahead of ADP is so tough. He's got Kyle Williams with May. I mean, I guess nothing about this team super stands out other than the Allen Henry pairing that you don't see all that often. Neighbors Henry is pretty sick. I'll give you Inuar, I'll give you a nice little compete there. All right, Tim Holstead. We've got an eliminator with a hero running back build from my boy Tim. Stop what you're doing. Dontavian Wicks just caught a 50-yard TD bomb from Jordan Love. I don't know. It's just the concept of taking Mooney at 81 overall to me. Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith, Amarian Hampton, Ramondre Stevenson, Roschon Johnson, J.K. Dobbins. Well, J.K. Dobbins early in the eliminator is going to be big. Jarquez Hunter, Dylan Sampson, Miles Sanders. Tim, I think you snapped with this one. CeeDee Lamb, Brian Thomas, Tyreek Hill, Jordan Addison, Chris Godwin, Matthew Golden, Jack Bech, George Kittle, Colston Loveland. Absolutely elite. Really, really good stuff, Tim. I think that is a great example of why you should be drafting early. Elite for Tim. We've got a Golden from C Money, Jaden Daniels, Justin Fields, Jahmyr Gibbs, Caleb Johnson, J.K. Dobbins, Jaden Blue, Blake Corum, Jordan James, take 49ers running back and everyone. Garrett Wilson with Fields, Zay Flowers, Debo with Daniels, Rashid Shaheed, dude, Quentin Johnston, Fantasy Flock's favorite player, Jack Bech, Wan'Dale Robinson, Keenan Allen, Brock Bowers, and David Njoku. That is an elite. That is just, I love that team. I think it's a great way to execute a non-super heavy wide receiver build. All archetypes I like. I think that is an elite. Give that man his fire emoji. Drafted while I'm streaming right now from Tiger Uppercut. Justin Herbert, CJ Stroud, and Bryce Young. Ashton Genty, Amarian Hampton, Travion Henderson, Cam Scattaboo, Braylon Allen. That Genty Hampton combo. Nico with Stroud, Tet with Bryce, Chris Olave, Emeka Egbuka, Josh Downs, Trey Harris, Jalen Coker, Isaiah Likely, Mason Taylor, Juwan Johnson. Missing a Keandre Lambert-Smith or an Oronde Gadsden, but it's just a structure of a team I like. I think you might have slapped a little bit too hard. Yeah, you slapped a little bit too hard at running back. Not bad, but you slapped a little bit too hard. Compete, Mr. Uppercut. Oh, here's the board from the 8-8. So why was he able to get Flowers? So I guess Burrow went early, Godwin went early, and Egbuka went at 61. There we go. Easy peasy. Just a mistake from Spencer 5169 over there. Maybe not a mistake, but just that's how it happened. Makes sense. There it is if you guys missed it earlier. Lamar and Jaden Daniels. Should have done Gadsden. No, you're fine. All right. Lil Dodger. Congrats on getting the elite for the gritty team. Just drafted on Fast Draft. Make sure to use promo code Davis. Dak and Goff, rounds 11 and rounds 12. I like doing teams that way over there. Devin A-Chain, Jaden Blue, Tony Pollard, Nick Chubb, J.K. Dobbins, CeeDee Lamb, J-Mo, Garrett Wilson, Travis Hunter, Tyreek Hill, Josh Downs, TJ Hawkinson, Dallas Goedert. How about that? Total draft time, 17 minutes, 42 seconds. So one thing that I think is sort of interesting about Fast Draft is I think at full PPR, you actually don't realize how much running backs matter. Another thing I like that he did here was he scrolled a little bit to get Chubb. I maybe would have actually scrolled for your second tight end, but that is, I think, yeah, dude, you're knocking out drafts in 17 minutes. 10K up top. Honestly, it's pretty cool. I will give you for the Cowboys super stack. You know what? I'm feeling generous. I'm giving Soups an elite over on old Fast Draft. Drafted during the stream, BBM number 93 from my boy Kramer 222. Jared Goff, Justin Herbert, Bijan Robinson, David Montgomery, Jalen Warren, by Shale Tootin, you might be a slappy, Dylan Sampson, Elijah Mitchell. Honestly, a great pick right now in Best Ball Mania. Ladd with Herbert, J-Mo, Pickens, Godwin at 76, Jaden Higgins, Josh Palmer on a non-Josh Allen team, delete, Keenan Allen, Darius Slayton, Trey McBride, Mike Gesicki. Honest to God, I really mean this, Kramer. This was real close. I think you only needed one chaperone, so I think you kind of decide between Palmer and Slayton who's your chaperone, because Ladd, J-Mo, Pickens is a really strong start. This is really close, but I think you really only needed one chaperone. We have got Dewalian, a little team over on Drafters. Reminder, if you're not signed up for Drafters, they are also friends of the stream. You can get a deposit bonus over there. Promo code Davis over on Drafters. How about that? Check me out. All right, Dewalian did Bryce Young, Geno Smith, Sam Darnold, Aaron Rodgers. So all late quarterback. The Herzig stream is a different stream. That's scheduled for 3 p.m. East. Saquon Barkley, James Conner, Joe Mixon, Quinshon Judkins, DJ Giddens, Devontae Adams, Ted McMillan, DK Metcalf, Jaden Higgins, Cooper Kupp, Rashad Bateman, Brennan Ayuk, Alec Iomanner, Jermaine Burton, Brock Bowers, Hunter Henry. Honestly, Dwalian, I'm keeping it real. This is not a very good team. And I don't even, it's just like, so you definitely, when you have Barkley and Connor and Mixon, you need 6 running backs. Yeah, Drafters is total points only. Giddens in the K-State uniform. I think you can get away with 5. No, I really don't think you can. And Judkins is tough on Drafters as well, because you're probably only getting 8 games from him, maybe 10. Kupp is fine. Bateman's fine. Ayuk actually, I think, is undervalued on Drafters. Iomanner seems a bit thin. Burton is cool because he's undrafted, which you like, but I think you should have done 8 wide receivers and 6 running backs. I think it's fine though. No, I'm giving that a delete. I'm giving you a delete. I'm sorry. All right, our very first mini golden. I think this is the very first time we have ever had a contest drop after the stream is started and then have the team submitted in. Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott, Matt Stafford, Saquon Barkley, Ken Walker, Isaiah Pacheco, J.K. Dobbins, and Dylan Sampson. T. Higgins, Devontae Adams, George Pickens, Jaden Reed, Trey Harris, Jalen McMillan, Tutu Atwell, Dalton Kincaid, Elijah Arroyo, and Terrence Ferguson. What is, I guess, Dak and Pickens, Stafford backstack. I don't know. I probably would not have taken Walker and Pacheco, but it's fine. That is a compete. I hope to see you at the top of the mini golden. Wow, we got a big dog here. Big dog from B. Ziggs, Drake May, Bryce Young, Geno Smith, Christian McCaffrey, Ken Walker, Tyrone Tracy, Tajay Spears, Dylan Sampson. That's a good running back room. Ted McMillan, Mike Evans, Chris Olave, Khalil Shakir, boo, Shakir, Emeka Egbuka, ahead of ADP, which actually I like. Get your guys. Luther Burden, Demario Douglas, Jalen Coker, Brock Bowers, Hunter Henry. I mean, it's a very good team. It's a very good team. Giving you the elite. Giving you the elite. All right, BBM that B-Spurf just drafted. Patrick Mahomes, Matt Stafford, Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, Brian Robinson Jr., Byshell Tootin, Jalen Wright, Kyle Manungai. He's a Manungai. Puka Nacua, Mike Evans, Xavier Worthy, Chris Olave, Trey Harris, Marvin Mims, Tutu Atwell, David Njoku, Zach Ertz, Chig Okonkwo. I don't think Zach Ertz does much for this team. I would have preferred one of the rookies or honestly, even like a Gesicki type. Wide receivers are very strong. Slurped a little Dipperino on Henry. Yeah. B-Spurf, that's very good. That's very good. An elite for B-Spurf. An elite for B-Spurf with Derrick Henry. One final team from Dowens here. Pat Mahomes, Geno Smith, RJ Harvey, Jordan Mason, Cam Scatterboot, Javonte Williams, Rico Dowdle, Nick Chubb, Rashard Smith. Nick Chubb, dude, stay woke. Joe Mixon's in a walking boot. Malik Nabers, Terry McLaurin, Xavier Worthy, Calvin Ridley, Keon Coleman, Hollywood Brown, Xavier Legette, Brock Bowers, and Cade Otton. I mean, I just love teams that look like this. I hate Javonte. I think Javonte's a terrible pick. But on this type of team, you can get why he's included. You're going to need to run. I would say you probably need one more rookie running back. So I would say Rico probably should have been a rookie. But I love teams that look like that. So he is getting... I mean, it probably was just fun but Downs has been hanging out all day. So I'm gonna give him the slappy sticker. Brady, 3582, Kyler, Drake May, Anthony Richardson, Josh Jacobs, Isaiah Pacheco, J.K. Dobbins, Byshell Tootin, Trey Benson, Jamar Chase, George Pickens, Zay Flowers, Stephon Diggs, Kyle Williams, Michael Wilson, Alec Pierce, and Josh Reynolds. Josh Reynolds, brother. Trey McBride and Mike Gesicki. Honestly, dude, just for taking Josh Reynolds on a freaking non-Justin Fields team, what is happening here? Frankly, other than Chase, I think these wide receivers are just too sexless. I'm giving you a delete, Brady. Final team of the stream, Skeletor in a Badge Bros brawl. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. I like the elite quarterback strategy. Barkley, A-Chain, Hampton, Caleb Johnson, Travion Henderson, Tank Bigsby. There's a scroll. There, we got a scroll. Malik Neighbors, Mike Evans, Tet McMillan, DJ Moore, Zay Flowers, Emeka Egbuka, Jalen McMillan, David Njoku, Colson Loveland, Isaiah Likely. My man, getting the scroll in. I'm gonna give you a super thumbs up just because you get the bit here. All right, what's gonna be our gold star team of the day? I think I want to say I think it was this one. No, it's got Devin Neal on it. I probably can't give it the gold star. Single entry Greyhound, was this it? Dak, Lawrence, A-Chain, Pollard, Warren, Allen, Shipley, Corum. This team was really good. You know what? Actually, I'm giving it to the man of the hour. I'm giving it to the man who gave us the seal slap. Patrick Mahomes, Bo Nix, Jordan Love, Breece Hall, RJ Harvey, Isaiah Pacheco, Jerome Ford, Marshawn Lloyd, Jarquez Hunter, Puka Nacua, Drake London, Xavier Worthy, Zay Flowers, Romeo Dubs, Pat Bryant, Demario Douglas, Travis Kelce, Tucker Kraft, the man of the hour, Zach Lenars. Everyone, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you become a YouTube member so you can get your team reviewed. I'll be back with all of you in 2 hours to draft a big dog with Justin Herzig. Until then,